Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another updates from my YouTube channel. In the last video, I have discussed about like how to create Spring Data GPA custom repository. Okay, so in this tutorial, I'm going to talk about like how to use the query annotation in Spring Data GPA to execute both JPQL and native SQL queries. Okay, so finally, like I'm going to discuss about like how to sorting this query data. Okay, so these are the three methods I'm going to explain in this video. Okay, so here I have some data. Okay, so this application is returning some data, so let me show you guys. So I have some employees data here, so I'm just getting the data. Okay, so I have like first name, last name and department. Okay, so what I need to do is I have to use this both like JPQL and native SQL queries. I want to fetch it this data, so which is starting with the first name and the last name. Okay, so that's what I'm going to write by using at the rate of query annotation. So how we are going to write the query annotation, I'm going to demonstrate now. Okay, so this is repository. So basically like we have one repository, one entity class and we have one controller class. Okay, to inserting data and to get the employees data. So that's it. So now I'm going to write the JPQL queries as well as native SQL queries. Okay, so first of all, like I want to get it the data from the database which is starting with the first name. Okay, so I'm going to make use of JPQL here. So first name in the where condition, guys. So how we are going to pass is, so we can make use of at the rate of param. Okay, so that is named parameter. So we can make use of named parameters here. So how we are going to define the named parameters, I'm going to discuss here. Okay, so we can define at the rate of param annotation. Okay, so inside this I'm going to provide this first name. Okay, what about like index parameters? Okay, so how we are going to write the index parameters, I'm going to explain now. So let's copy this same query and let's paste here. So here let's say I want to fetch it the employees, so it is starting with like first name as well as department. So I just want to check both parameters, first name as well as last name. So this is the first index, guys, and the second index I'm going to take as e dot department equal to second index. Okay, so this is how, like if you have like n number of parameters in the where condition, you can just define one index parameter, two index parameters. So if you have another index parameter, you can just define three. Okay, so it's very simple. So here what we need to do is, here at the rate of param is not required, so we have to define this parameters in the order. So the first name is the first parameter and the department is the second parameter, right? So we have to define the same thing here, string department. Okay, so if the order is not correct, so you will get like error, guys. So you can just make sure that this parameter order is correct. Okay, so we can talk about like native SQL parameters, native SQL queries with named parameters as well as index parameters. Okay, so the native SQL queries will look like as a SQL query, guys. So let me copy this query, so I will show you the change how it will look like. So first of all, so I'm going to write it this native SQL query with named parameters. Okay, so let me change this method name. So I want to fetch it, so just starting with the last name. Okay, basically, so last name, native SQL query native SQL query, so we have to write it as SQL query, so it will look like actual SQL query, guys. So here, so it will take like the table column name, okay, so it should be matched with your table column names, otherwise it will throw error. And so this is parameter. So what we need to do is we have to pass one more parameter here, that is native query as true, okay. So then only this will treat as a native SQL query, otherwise it will not treat as a native SQL query, guys. This should be available here, okay. So I'm just want to check the last name. So because already the first name we are checking in JPQL, guys, that is the reason I'm just taking last name here, okay. So now what about the index parameters in the native SQL query? So let me take index parameter as well. So I'm going to take index parameter, okay. Yeah, so here, so I just want to pass two index parameters, okay. So first index parameter, and so I want to check department as well, guys. So let me take e dot department equal to, okay, so that is second index parameters. So let me pass, so here this path param is not required, okay, because this is not named parameters, guys. So let me pass string department, okay. So that's it. So this is index parameters, okay. So the difference between JPQL with named parameters and the index parameters is we can define the index parameters, so with this 1 2 3 like this, so the order should be matched, guys, okay. So coming to the named parameters, we have to define at the rate of param. So inside this param we have to define our parameters, okay. And so the difference between the native SQL queries and this JPQL is Java persistence query language, so it will take the JP entity names and JP entity field names. So here we will take like table name and the table column names, okay. So we have to define this native query as a true, so otherwise it won't treat as a native SQL query. So you can just remember this, guys. So that's it. So finally, like, we need to add these methods in controller, okay. So sorry, so to save this time, like, I just pasted here, guys, okay. Okay, so this names should be matched. Okay, so find by last name, yeah. So I just, so here I just having like some endpoints. So first of all, like, to check like the first name, so I'm just passing the first name is the parameter, okay, and the second one is the last name. So the endpoint is employee's last name and the last name as a parameter. I'm just passing through the path variable here, okay. The same thing, so I want to like check it out like so by using like two parameters, first name and the department, so which is starting with, so find by first name with the index parameters, okay. And so I want to test it out like so which is starting with last name and the department, okay. So this is 4 methods I'm going to test it out here, okay. So whatever that 4 methods I have defined here, okay, JPQL with the named parameters and native SQL with named parameters and as well as index parameters I'm going to test here, okay. So Let me start this application, guys. So it started. So these are the employees data is available in this, okay, database. So I want to test it, so which is starting with ABC. Okay, the first method. Okay, so let's hit endpoint and see this whether it's working or not. Okay, it's working fine, guys. Actually, we have different types of department, right? So I want to sort it out, not sort it out, I want to filter out like by using department as well. Okay, so just starting with ABC department, and I want to test it out IT department as well. So let's hit this and see. Okay, this is first name with index parameters. Okay, so we have two employees, okay, which is starting with ABC, Tom and Steve. Departments are IT. Okay, so it's working fine. Okay, so what about like so last name. So basically, so the last name endpoint is last, and so let's say that, so the last name starting with Steve, so I just want to test it out. So last name as Steve. Okay, okay, we don't have any data. So let me check the endpoint, guys. Employees last name. Okay, sorry. So we have, okay, last name. Okay, so the last name is Steve. So we have two employees. The last name is Steve. The department is IT and account. So if you want to check it out, so department as well. So you can test. So IT department. Okay, so we have the last name starting with Steve and the department IT. So only one employee is there. Okay, so it's working fine, guys. So whatever that four methods I have defined in this repository, so all the methods are working fine. Okay, so what, like if you want to sort it out like this query data. Okay, so what we can do is, so let me sort this data, guys, to by using sort. Okay, so this is Spring Framework data domain sort. So you can just define here. Okay, and come to the controllers, and the controller, so sort, sorry, not here. So here dot by, so I just want to sort it by using department. Okay, so that's it. So I just defined here the sorting parameter, okay, inside JPQL. So what if want to sort it your data by using native SQL queries? So we can't do it by using this native SQL queries. You can just remember this point, guys. So only we can sort this data by using this sort parameter in JPQL, not in native SQL queries. Okay, so if you define sorting parameter here, it will throws the compile time error here. Okay, so you can just define the sorting, okay, sorting parameters here, and so whatever that column name, so you want to sort it based on some column names, you can just define this column name. That's it. So let me restart this. Okay, so the endpoint is, so I want to sort it the employees which is starting with the first name ABC. Okay, so let's hit the endpoint and see whether it's working or not. So it's, so basically I have defined the sorting order in ascending order. Okay, so if you observe here, so let me drag up. Okay, so if you observe here, so the department, the first department is account, finance, okay, and after that IT and IT. So it's sorted in ascending order. What if like if you want to sort it out like in descending order? So we have another method, that is you can just define like this descending order. Okay, so you can just restart your server, so you will see the descending order as well. Okay, so this is how like it will work, guys. So that's it. So if you like this video, so please go ahead and subscribe my channel, and if you like this video, so please go ahead and like my video. Thanks. Bye.